Alright, I finally did it. My calculator is working. So far I only have addition and subtraction, but it is working. I designed every single part of this myself, except for one thing, which is this. It's a little display unit. I got that from TSSKYX on YouTube. And what I'm using it for is just this little display thing over here. You can see all the other digits are using my display unit. So let's give it a shot. You can see when so it's pretty slow with the input, but when I press like add, that little thing will change to a plus. Now let's do an addition problem. When I press a button, first this light will blink to signify or to signal that the output has made it through this little thing here, just the input part. And then this light will flash a little while later, which means that the digit has entered the digit storage area over here. And then after a little while longer, because it's got to travel some really long lines of comparators, it will appear on the display. So let us do 7,204. 7,000. 2. 100. And 4. You can see the display is quite slow, but after this light blinks, then it's ready for me to enter the next number. I don't have to wait for it to appear on the display. So then I hit switch input, and this light will come on, signaling that we are now entering into the second lane, or line of digits. And then let's do, I don't know, 6,012. How about 6,000. And 1. 2. All right, 7,204 plus 6,012. Compute. That one turns on a little earlier. 13,216. Ta-da! Now, in order to start a new calculation, all I do is press the switch input line button, and then it will clear the result and clear the line that I am entering into, and then I press it again to get to the first line. There you can see that updated, and now the screen will update in a second. And then let's do a subtraction problem. So I hit that button. Oops. And the plus has become a minus. So now let's do 935. I have to figure out why that little one right there is blinking. I think there's a little bit of interference with these lines that are going up. Anyways, switch to the second line. We are now entering into the second line, and let's do 1307. 1, 3, 0. There we go. 7. It's definitely not a fast calculator. All right, compute. Output is negative 372. Now I can't do that in my head, so let's check my calculator, but I already know it's working. So 935 minus 1307 is 372. Perfect. A+ score. I am very happy. I started building this project like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I only got the input section, which is that one right there, and then addition and the simple subtraction working, which doesn't handle negatives. I had a display, but it was a much less advanced model than this. This is more compact and better in every way. But what happened was I was building it on a server, and we moved the server to a different computer, and somehow 3 months of world data were lost. Everything was reset 3 months, and that 3 months was the period when I had been working on the calculator, so I lost everything. The only thing I had remaining was half of this input system. So instead of having 2 outputs for X and Y, it only had 1. Very sad. I was very upset. So for like a year, 2 years, I haven't even touched this, but I finally got some inspiration and some single player. Also, a new computer helps, and I started again. So I built all this again from scratch. I don't have any of my old builds anymore, so I had to start from scratch. I designed everything from the beginning, and then once I had each of these parts working, I stuck them together. And here's the result. It looks really complex, and I suppose in some ways it is, but also in some ways it's not. The whole idea of this project is that it is not binary. I am not working with ones and zeros and ons and offs. I am using comparators to do subtraction, which is the only thing they can do, and then building complex circuits to use subtraction in order to achieve more complex subtraction as well as addition. And eventually, soon, I'm going to start working on multiplication and division. You can see I already have this this output set up to do multiplication. That's not multiplication. Ah, I see what happened here. Break that. Okay. Multiplication. There you go. And a division, which something didn't work, but that one is supposed to extend. It was before. There's some kind of interference. I think it's coming from this line here. This is interfering. But anyways, there you go. So it is ready to start doing all that. But I wanted to have it put together and proof of concept. There were, once I put everything together, there was a lot of things that I figured out that weren't working right. I added these whole circuits on the back to actually, to make it so the display doesn't have a bunch of zeros. So like that digit, and if there's like smaller numbers, it would read 000 and then whatever, but it ignores any extra zeros, but this 0 works because obviously it's part of the number, so that's all part of the circuit. So yeah, it's working. I'm very happy. It's very cool. I'm very excited. I haven't seen anybody doing. I've seen one video where a guy did um, math with comparators instead of binary, but he didn't have this input array. He didn't have the display. His was just some levers and lights. So mine is better. You know, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit. Mine's better. Except it can't do multiplication and division yet. Those are coming soon, though. I'm working on it. Oh man, but this is exciting. I've been working on this, working, just building, and I am so pleased. So pleased. Just doing a few more fly rounds. See all the different angles. Here's the input. It just takes numbers from each of these books and sends them out. You know, this pops down and then it allows the signal to go through, follows over here, goes around, goes into the storage banks, and then into the storage splitter. So you have the X and Y. That's X on top and Y on bottom. And then over here, these spread so that it can actually take the signals and send them to the display for the top and bottom half, and then they go through there into here, and this line of repeaters or torches turns on and off the two circuits. So the bottom goes over to the addition circuit, top goes over to the subtraction circuit. This whole circuit right here determines for the subtraction whether or not the result is going to be negative, and then this flips the inputs so that you just when you're doing subtraction, if the answer is going to be negative, then basically you just flip X and Y and then do regular subtraction and then turn on the negative signal, which is the little dash at the beginning of the number. And then they come down and they converge over here, and they go into the machine from 0 to 9, and they come out from 1 to 9, so it doesn't have the 0. So I add the 0 back in, and then that goes up to here. This circuit is what negates the extra zeros, and then up into the display itself. And then this up here is obviously, I explained that already. This is just the math signal, whatever you call it, math sign display, and a little circuit to make sure that it doesn't. This circuit, all it does is it slows down the input, because this all works with comparators, or I mean observers and pistons, and if it activates two of those pistons, or if it activates a piston twice in a row quickly, then it can get stuck, and then the whole thing is messed up. So I have to slow down the input to make sure that it doesn't overload the display and the pistons. But yeah, oh, so cool, very exciting. This is these are all the masters, so that's the whole thing put together. That's a good angle. I like that. So this is addition. It's a simple circuit. It's not simple, but it's simple compared to that. And then this is a single version of the input switcher, so I can flip the inputs around, and then this is the circuit this is the actual subtraction, but this is simple subtraction, so it doesn't do negatives, which is why I need the negative detector along with the input switcher. And then this is just both of those put together, so you have the subtraction plus the detector plus the switchers. Put them together, you get complex subtraction. And then here is the input. Actually, I already explained how it works. And here's the display. So here's one of the individual display units. Whole idea here is to make them as compact as possible so that I can put them close together. 1 block, 2 blocks, and have them not interfere with each other. Let's do one more problem just for gits and shiggles. So let's hit switch inputs. Boom, boom, boom. Switch inputs again. Let's put this back how it was. So I had that there, and that there, and then that there. Okay. Let's do 45. Just a simple one. $45 plus I don't know, 50. Let's actually do 507. I don't know, why not? Oh no! Oops, I forgot to hit the switch inputs. Well, that's okay. So we're gonna have 5,507 switch inputs. Whoopsie daisy. Minus or plus 7,000. Oh, I think I hit that a little too fast. 20. Nope, I didn't hit it too fast. I see the 0 there. $7,024. Compute. $12,531. Bada boom, bada bang. How cool is that? Man, it's just such a rewarding feeling. Building something and having it work and having it look really cool. I have loved Redstone since I was a kid. Well, not since I was a kid. Minecraft hasn't been out that long, but for a long, I've wanted to build circuits on a computer in a game since before I knew what Minecraft was, and Redstone is just the coolest thing. I love it. There's nothing like it in any other game. Literally no game has anything like it. And say what you want about Minecraft, whatever you think about how cringy the community might be at times, this is cool. This is fun. Anyways, there you go. That's my calculator. End of video.